Whenever I talk about spirituality, it's important not to confuse the map with the territory. So when we're using language to talk about spirituality, spirituality is not going to be captured by the language. The language is a map that allows one to begin to sort of navigate or get a foothold in the reality of spirit. So one term that's used by my mentor, Rabbi Mordechai Finley, is he talks about the higher self. There are actually different levels to the higher self in his map, in his schema that he created. But put simply, the higher self is the observer mind at one level, observer mind, rational part of the self that knows and seeks the good. The good is a philosophical term, and it simply means that which is good. So, okay, that's interesting. There's part of me that knows and seeks the good. I don't always know exactly how to produce or behave well to get to the good, but I know the good and I'm seeking it. We call that the higher self. If there wasn't a higher self, nobody would ever transform for the better. The act of transforming from the better is the act of tuning into the higher self and all of the work that it takes to do that, so that you can begin to have clarity, think, feel, and behave in a way that's aligned with your higher self. In AA, they use a different nomenclature, different language, which is they'll talk about the part of you that's living within God's will, which to me they're just talking about the higher self. They're saying, live in God's will. Well, the part of you that knows what God's will is in that moment, that's the higher self, right? And then they'll talk about your disease. Your disease is kind of your lower self, or what Rabbi Finley calls, and what I call the ego self. The part of you that's living for short-term gratification, the part of you that has a difficult time navigating complex relationships, the part of you that is skeptical and doubts the good, period, the part of you that rationalizes in the negative sense, certain kinds of behaviors that don't help you grow, learn, and change, the part of you that's more narcissistic, selfish, etc. So in most traditions, there's some schema that lays out something like the ego self, which is the necessary part of the self for survival and to navigate every day, but is not good for the really important parts of life, and what I'm calling the higher self, which is rational, or at least meta-rational, more than rational, and is connected to the good, spirit, God, etc. And that's an important kind of schema. In Christianity, it's just the devil and the angel. This is a little bit more complex of a map than that. And so understanding that higher self, one that you are/have a higher self that you can attune to, and also that you have an ego self, and that it can be pretty destructive. It can be destructive in your life, and it can be destructive in the life of others. There are both darker and higher things in the schema that I think about when it comes to spirituality. But a good starting place is higher self and ego self.